Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Tier 1 Cards and Games in Anchorage, Alaska, where I will be fighting a 2,000-point 8th edition battle report. With my Dark Angels against John's Blood Angels. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Dark Angels were on this planet doing something. They didn't want to tell anybody what was going on, and the Blood Angels had also been deployed to this planet to investigate a situation that was a little bit unclear, but they knew they had to come in force because the last force that was sent out here was wiped out. So they were sent in force to go find out what happened, and when they discovered that the Dark Angels were here, they voxed them to inquire as to why they were at this location, and when the Dark Angels refused to answer, the Blood Angels replied in kind and decided to took that as a sign of aggression. So that's the story that we got going on here. We are going to be playing the what's the name of the mission? It's called Secure and Control. So we've got the two objectives. I've got mine right here. He has his back there. So that is the mission and the basic story of what we got going on here. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the two armies that will be fighting it out. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off that detachment, I have Azrael, a Primaris Lieutenant, and a Tech Marine with a Power Axe. We have 3 5-man scout squads, 2 with camo cloaks and sniper rifles, and 1 with bolters. We have a Vindicare Assassin. We have a Venerable Dreadnought with twin las cannon, fist, and heavy flamer. We have a 5-man assault squad with jump packs and 1 flamer. We have a 3-man Black Knight squad. We have 2 Razorbacks, one with a twin las cannon and a storm bolter, and the other with a twin assault cannon and a storm bolter. We have a Land Raider Crusader. And last but not least, we have 2 Predators with twin las cannons and las cannon sponsons. So for the Blood Angels, he'll be running a Vanguard detachment, a Flyer Wing, and a Super Heavy Auxiliary detachment. Leading off the Vanguard detachment, we have Lamartes. Then we have a 5-man Death Company squad with jump packs. There is a Thunderhammer, a Power Fist, a Power Sword, and a Plasma Pistol. We have a 6-man Death Company squad with jump packs, a Plasma Pistol, a Power Fist, and a Power Sword. We have a 5-man Vanguard Vet squad with a Power Sword, 2 Plasma Pistols, and 2 Storm Shields. Then for the Air Wing detachment, we have a Stormhawk Interceptor with 2 assault cannons, 2 heavy bolters, and a Las Talon. We have a Storm Raven with twin multi-melta, twin assault cannon, 2 hurricane bolters, and 2 storm strike missile launchers. We have a Fire Raptor with twin Avenger Gatling cannon, 2 quad heavy bolters, and 2 twin Hellstrike missile launchers. And last but not least, we have the Super Heavy Auxiliary choice with a Knight Atropos. All right, so those are the armies. Now going over deployment here, I've got my Land Raider up here. I've got my Venerable Dreadnought here. I've got my twin assault cannon Razorback over here. I've got my Black Knights here. I've got my Razorback with the twin las cannons here. Both my Preds are there. I've got all 3 of my HQs back over here. I've got my Vindicare up in this corner. Then I've got my scouts here, and scouts there. Going over deployment, and my assault guys are in reserve. So going over deployment here for the Blood Angels, he's got his Interceptor back over in this corner. He's got his Knight up front there. He's got his Fire Raptor back here, and he's got his Storm Raven back there. And inside the Storm Raven is the 5-man squad with Lamartes, and the other 2 are in Deep Strike Reserve. So that's the deployment. As of right now, this is actually, we're doing a test prep for our 2 lists for an upcoming tournament that we've got coming. So we wanted to test the list. So yes, they're very tough lists. Let's put it out there right off the bat. They're very tough lists. And we both knew that this is going in. We're both looking to see if we can tweak our list and see what we have to do for a tournament. But this is what we've got for the tournament list. So we're going to be playing this along the lines of the tournament that we're going to be playing. So we're doing a quasi, we're doing it with the ITC mission. So what it is instead of just the person who deployed first, which was obviously him with his 4 drops or six drops, what we did was that gave him a +1 to his roll to see who goes first. But I rolled a 6, he rolled a 2, which gave him a 3. So I won. I'm going to be going first as of right now, unless he can seize the initiative. So he's looking for a 6. No, a 5. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. These guys all stood still. These guys advanced up over there. He moved up here. He advanced, and the 3 scout squads stayed still, and my jump troops are staying in reserve. So that's it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, he's going to fire his last cannons into his knight over there. So I got 2 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. Okay. 1 strength 9, wounding on a 3. That's a wound. 4 up invul save. No, goes through. D6 wounds. 2 wounds. All right, I'm actually going to spend a command point to re-roll that. And a 6, perfect. Next, he's going to fire into his knight over there. So I've got 4 shots now, hitting on 3s. All right, all hits. Looking for 3s to wound. Re-rolling 1s because of the lieutenant back there. All right, so that is 4 wounds. 4 pluses. Making 2 of them. He's going to use a command point to re-roll 1. All right, so that's still 2 of them go through. 2d6 damage. 4 and a 4, so 8 more damage. And now the other predator is going to fire into him with his last cannons. 4 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling because of Azrael. All right, so 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. We got 3 wounds. 3 4-ups. That's cocked. All right, makes 2 of them, so 1 goes through. D6 damage. 3 damage. All right, my Venerable Dreadnought is going to fire into him. So he's got 2+ usually, but he moved, so that makes this means that these are going to be hitting on 3s because he moved. So looking for 3s. I got 1 hit. No rerolls because he's not within 6 of Azrael. Wounding on a 3. No, and I don't get to reroll that one either. All right. These guys are going to fire into him over here. So we've got 5 shots hitting on 3s. Alrighty, we got 3 hits. I wish I could save these for this next one because I need 6s to wound, and they'll do a mortal wound on top of it. So looking for 6s. I got 1 6, so he takes a mortal wound, and he has to do a 1 save, his full save. So it's a 3-up save, right? All right, so here goes. 3-up save. Good. Now these guys are going to fire into him. I've got 4 guys that can see him, so we got 4 shots hitting on 3s. Alrighty, we got 3 hits, wounding on 6s. You got 1 6. That's another mortal wound and a 3-up save. He's good. And those guys there are going to fire into him because why not? Everything can wound, right? So 5 shots hitting on 3s. Alrighty, so we got 4 hits, looking for 6s to wound. Got 1 wound, 3-up save. He's good. All right, and that is it for the Dark Angels' turn here on turn 1. We'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Blood Angels on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 1. This guy shot up the board straight over this way. He came up over here. He came up over here, and he moved up over to there. So that is it for the movement phase. All of his other reserves are staying in reserve for now. So that's it for movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so onto the shooting phase here. We're going to start out with his Knight Atropos, who's going to fire his cutter into here, and then his main gun into the middle guy over there. So we're going to go with the cutter first. So this weapon has, he rerolls to hits and to wounds against vehicles, monsters, and buildings. So he's obviously a vehicle, so he's going to be hitting on 4s because he's wounded. Nope, re-rolling though. Ooh, no. All right, so now he's going to shoot his main gun at the center guy there. So he's going to roll, what happens here is first has to roll a d6. On a 1, he takes a mortal wound and then gets to shoot normally anyway. But on a 6, it becomes like super powered. So here we go, looking for this. No, nothing there. So it's just a regular shot, yeah. Oh, it's, no. Oh, no. That's just the C, yeah. So now he has to roll a 4 to hit. No, misses. He's going to spend a command point on that one. No, misses. Now we're going to move on to the Storm Raven here. He's going to fire one Hurricane Bolter into those scouts, and he's going to fire everything else into them. So we're going to go with the one Hurricane Bolter into the scouts, hitting on 3s. Because he's got Power of the Machine Spirit. And now these are going to be wounding on 4s. So we've got, what is that? 3 wounds? So 3 3-ups because they're in cover there. Failed 3 of them. What? And now the other Hurricane Bolters are going to fire into here, hitting on 3s. Alrighty, pretty good. And then looking for 5s. So we've got 3 wounds on that as well. All right, 3 3-ups. And I failed 1. All right, so now he's going to fire the Twin Melta into him over here. 2 shots, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 3s. We got 1 wound. 1 4-up invul save because of Azrael. He's good with a fill phase. Woo! And now 2 of the missiles are shooting in. That's 2 hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 3s. We got 2 wounds. 2 4-up saves because of Azrael. Failed 1 of them. It's flat 3, so he takes 3 wounds. I'm actually going to spend a command point to re-roll this. That's good with a 6. Woo! And now the assault cannons are firing into here. All right, hitting on 3s. All right, strength 6, so wounding on 5s. What do we got?
3.
3 wounds. All right, so 3 AP -1, so 4-ups. Fail 2 of them. All right. All right, so now we're going to move on to the Fire Raptor here. He's going to fire his main gun and the 2 missile launchers into him. He's going to fire one of the quad bolters into those guys back there, and the other quad bolter into these guys over here. So we're going to do the quad bolters first into those guys over there. So hitting on 3s. All right. Pretty good. Strength 5, so wounding on 3s. Alrighty. So we got 4 wounds. AP -1, so these become 4-ups because they're in cover. Failed 2 of them. And that is first blood.
Next quad bolt.
And now the other quad bolter is going to fire into these guys, hitting on 3s. All right, there we go, wounding on 3s. All right, so 3 wounds. They are going to have a 3-up save because it's 4-up armor, +2 for the cover because of the camo cloaks, -1 because of the AP. So 3 3-ups. And they're all good. Woo! All right, so now he's got 4 missiles they're going to fire in here, hitting on 3s. That one's cocked back there. All right, so that's 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. We got 3 wounds. We got 3 4-up saves because of Azrael. And I failed 2 of them. 6 damage. Rough. And now the main gun's going to fire in here. So 10 shots hitting on 3s. All right. Wow, really good. Strength. Strength 6, so wounding on 5s.
Getting
2 wounds. 2 wounds, AP -2, so it's still just going to be 4-up saves. Come on, I need to make both these or he's dead. Oh, I failed both, so he is dead. Does he explode? Oh, he does. That's rough. We'll come back to that. All right, he took 3 mortal wounds. He took 2 mortal wounds. Azrael took 1, and both of the other guys took 3 mortal wounds. That was devastating. All right. All right, so he is going to be firing everything into my other Predator. So we've got the Las Talon shots first. So these are going to be hitting on 4s because he moved. 1 hit. Looking for a 3 to wound. That's a wound. 4-up invul save because of Azrael. Oh, nope, failed. D6 wounds. 1 wound. And now the 2 heavy bolters are going to fire, hitting on 4s. All right. Got 2 hits. Strength 5, wounding on 5s. Got 1 wound. 4-up save. He's good with a fill phase. Woo! And now the 2 assault cannon shots are coming in here, hitting on 4s. Alrighty. Alright, so these are strength 6, so wounding on 5s. We got 1, 2, 3 wounds. 3 4-up saves. Fails all. This one's cocked, sorry. 2 so far. And he makes that one, so I failed 2. So that's it for shooting. On to assaults. The knight is going to attack, charge into my my dude bros up here and into my knights down there. So one knight can see him, and obviously all of the scouts can see him. So we're going to go with the overwatch from the scouts, hitting on 6s. Nope, no hits there. And then the one knight that can see him, 2 shots. I'm going to be, what's he? He's got 9 left, right? I am not going to I'm not going to supercharge. So 2 shots hitting on 6s. All right, didn't hit. Wouldn't have made a difference. All right, so your charge distance, sir.
6 inches, right?
Yep, 6 inches to get into them. And he is in, so he'll move him in, and then we'll come back to you with the fight.
On 4s.
All right, so moving into the fight phase, he is going to be attacking into my knights. He's going to put all of his attacks into my black knights there. So he's got 12. He's going to use the Titanic feet attack. So he's got 12 attacks, hitting on 4s because he's wounded. All right. Whoa. Okay. So 3 hits. Strength. What is it?
Strength 8.
Strength 8. So wounding on 3s. So we got 2 wounds. AP minus 2. So we got 2 5-up saves. Made 1. So D3 damage. 3 damage. So that kills one of them. So now my knights are going to attack into him. They're going to use their Corvus hammers. The sergeant has 3 attacks. The other guy has 2 attacks. So these are 5 attacks hitting on 3s. All right. Failed 1. We've got 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. We got 1 6, so that is actually going to be D3 wounds. So he's got a 4-up save because it's AP minus 1, and he's good. And now the scouts are going to attack. So they've got 6 attacks there because the sergeant has 2. These are hitting on 3s. All right, failed 2 of them. Wounding on 6s. Show me them 6s. Come on, I want to see him just like pistol whip knight in the face there. Oh no, nothing there. All right. So that is it for the fight phase. I don't think anyone has to take a morale test, so that is it for that phase. So we will come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, movement for the Dark Angels. He stood still. He stood still. It stood still. Stood still. These guys fell back. These guys fell back. These guys stood still except for the Tech Marine who moved up to there and then healed him 2 wounds. And that is it for movement. My other guys are still in reserves, holding them there. So now we're going to go on to shooting phase here on turn 2. We're going to start out with him firing into the knight. So we've got the twin assault cannon here. 12 shots, hitting on 3s. Okay. All right, so strength 6, wounding on 5s. We got 2 wounds, AP minus 1, so 2 4-ups. And he fails 1. And now the Stormbolter's firing in here. 4 shots, hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 6s. We got 1 wound. 3 up. He's good. These guys here are going to fire into the knights. We got 5 shots, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 6s. No wounds there. All right, now he's going to fire everything into the knights. So we're going to start with the twin assault cannon, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. All right. Wounding on 5s. All right, so we've got another 3 wounds. So 3 4-ups. And he failed 2 of them. And now the Hurricane Bolter is going to fire into him. So they're within 12, so we got 24 shots coming in here. Hitting on 3s. We'll come back to you with that. And now looking for 6s. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exactly what I asked for. All right, so we've got 6 3-ups. And he fails 2 of them. He's going to reroll 1, and he's good, so fails 1. Now my Vindicare Assassin is going to fire into his knight over there. So, hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Wounding on a 5. Strength 5, toughness 8. Wounding on a 5. Come on, baby. That's good, that's a wound. So it's AP minus 3, no invul saves, and no cover. So he's down to a 6-up. No, so it goes through. So D3 wounds. 1 wound, of course. I am... no, I'm just going to take that 1 wound. All right, so now my Venerable Dreadnought's going to fire his twin last cannons at him and a heavy flamer at him. So the twin last cannons hitting on 2s. Yeah, 2s because he's on the ground. All right, so that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. We got 1 wound. AP -3, 4 up invul. No, it goes through. D6 damage. He's got 4 left. If I get a 4 better, he's dead. Come on. 5, he's dead. All right, does he explode on a 6+?
You mean explode?
No, so he is just dead. And now the heavy flamer against him. D6 hits. 5 hits. So that's strength 5. So wounding on 5s.
7, yeah. No, 4s. No,
5s, yes. So we got 2 wounds on there. AP -1, so 2 4-ups. Makes 1 of them. All right, so now he is going to fire into him over here. So we've got the twin last cannons they're going to fire, hitting on 4s because he's hard to hit. All right, re-rolling because of Azrael. That's 2 hits. Strength 9, wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds. AP -3, so 2 6-ups. Makes 1 of them. Pretty good. D6 wounds. 3 wounds. And now the Stormbolter is going to fire into him. So 4 shots hitting on 4s. Rerolling because of Azrael. So that's 2 hits. Strength 4, wounding on 5s. You got 1 wound. 3-up save. He's good. Azrael is going to fire into him. I am going to supercharge my plasma. If I roll a 2, well, I've got the command right. I could reroll that, but here we go. All right, so Azrael is hitting on 3s because it's -1 to hit. I'm going to supercharge it. It's a 2. I'm going to spend the command point because screw that. I don't want to die.
Phil! What are you doing?
That's a thing that happened there. So that is Slay the Warlord. And now he's gonna fire into him. Oh my god. 4 shots hitting on 4s. Alright, not bad, but I would have been able to get to reroll that. So 4 shot wounding on 3s. Alright, so that is 2 wounds. 2 6-ups. No, they both go through. D6 damage each. 7 damage. All right, and that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 2. So we'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Blood Angels on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels. He moved over here, but before he did so, he actually dropped out these guys, Lamardes and them, and they were dropped over there, and then they moved over here. These guys came in from reserves. He flew off over that way. He flew off over that way. And that is it. So he still has his Vanguard vets in reserves at this point. So that's it for movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. Start of the shooting phase, the 2 plasma pistols here are going to shoot into him. He's not going to supercharge it because he saw what happens. All right, hitting on 3s, and that is why he would have been dead. And then the 4 other bolt pistols are going to fire into him, hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 5s. Got 1 wound, 3-up save. He's good. All right, Lamardes is going to shoot into him, hitting on a 3. Nope. And now they're going to fire the plasma pistol and their 4 bolt pistols into him. So plasma is going to be the blue, and the red are going to be the bolt pistols. Hitting on 3s.
Not supercharged.
Not supercharged. So, alrighty. So strength 7. So that one's going to be wounding on a 4, and then the others are going to be wounding on 5s. All right, so we got 2 wounds, 2 3-ups. They're good. He is going to fire everything into him over here. So we're going to start out with the plasma talent, or the last talent, hitting on 4s. Got 2 hits, wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds. -3, and I don't get that, so 2 6-ups. Show me them Phil faces. Nope, nothing there. 2d6 damage, so that's 5 damage. Now the heavy bolters are going to go, hitting on 4s, 2 hits, wounding on 5s. 2 wounds. Those were not fill dice. 4 ups. And he's good. Woo! And now the 2 assault cannons hitting on 4s. Alrighty.
I'll pull out hits.
There we go, that works.
Since there's less.
Yep. Alright. And now these are strength 6, so wounding on 5s again. Okay, 1 wound. 4 up. Yeah, with a fill face. Alright, moving on to him. He's gonna fire his the twin multi-melt into him. He's gonna fire the assault cannon into him. He's going to fire the 2 hurricane bolters into them. And he's going to fire the 2 missiles into him over here. So the 2 missiles first, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Strength 8, wounding on 3s. All right, those 2 wounds. AP minus 3, so looking for 2 6-ups. Show me them fill faces. No fill faces. So he just is going to die. Let's see if he explodes. Don't you dare do it. Okay, good. Now we're gonna do the twin multi-melts in there. So 2 shots hitting on 3s, both hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 3s. Got 1 wound. AP minus 4. Melta, I think is minus 4, so that just goes through. So it's D6, but he rolls 2 dice to see which one. So 4. He's Venerable Dread, so I've got 4 6-up to ignore it, and I ignore 1 of them. And now we've got the assault cannon into my Razorback over here. So he's got 12 shots coming in here. Hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good shooting there. Got 1 more there. Excellent. Now these are strength 6, so wounding on 5s. Okay, so we've got 3 4 wounds. 4 4-ups. Make 2 of them. And now the hurricane bolter is going to come into here. We're going to do them 12 at a time. So that's the first hurricane bolter hitting on 3s. That one's cocked. Alrighty. Wounding on 4s. Alright, so we've got 3. Alright, so 3 so far. And now we've got the second set of 12. Alright, hitting on 3s. Alright, and now wounding on 4s. All right.
I went for objective 1.
All right, so that's another 2, 4, 6, 7, so 10 total. 4, 5, 6,
And 2 ups.
7, 8, 9, 10. So now we've got 10 2-up saves, and I failed 2 of them. All right, now onto the Fire Raptor. He's going to fire his 4 missiles into him. He's going to fire the main gun into him. He's going to fire 1 quad bolter into them and the other quad bolter into these guys. So what are we going to start with first? We're going to start with the 4 missiles, hitting on 4s because he's injured. All right, so 1 hit, strength 8. He's going to spend a command point on that. All right, so that's 2 hits, strength 8, so wounding on 3s. We got 2 wounds. 2 6-up saves. No, failed both of them. Now he's going to fire the first quad bolter into my scouts over here. So we got 12 shots coming in here, hitting on 4s because he's wounded. All right, strength 5, so wounding on 3s. All right, so that is 2, 4, 5 wounds. 5 3-ups because of the camo cloaks. Failed 1 of them. And now the other quad bolter is going to go into them. So hitting on 4s. All right, strength 5, wounding on 4s. All right, pretty good.
Wow.
So that is what is that? 6, 7 wounds. 7 minus 1, so 7 4-ups. Failed 4 of them, so they are dead. I'm going to spend a command point to try to save 1 of them. Looking for a 4-up. Come on, baby. Come on. 50-50. Do it. Yeah. Woo. All right, so now he's going to fire his main gun into this guy over here. So 10 shots hitting on 4s. All right. All right, strength 6, so wounding on 5s. We got 3 wounds.
AP minus 2.
AP minus 2, so 3 5-up saves. And I don't make any of them. All right, that's it for shooting phase. So onto the assault phase. They're going to assault into him, and him. So we're going to go with the Overwatch with the Razorback first. So 2 shots with the last cannon hitting on 6s. Nope. Then we've got 4 shots with the Storm Bolter hitting on 6s. Nope. Bolt pistol from the Tech Marine. Nope. And bolt pistol from the Primaris Lieutenant. No. Womp womp. All right, so here we go. His charge distance is going to be into everybody. Now these guys are going to charge into my scouts over here. So I've got 4 guys left there, right? Yeah, 4 guys are going to fire Overwatch looking for 6s. We got 1 6. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. 3 up save. Ooh, 1 is dead. And they've got a 6 up ignore, so he is dead. All right, and they need a 12-inch charge. They do not get it, but they get to reroll because of Lamartes. No, not again. Okay. And now Lamartes is going to charge into the tank over here, so he needs a 7-inch charge.
7-inch charge, rerollable.
Rerollable because of himself. And he is in.
The 2 chainswords into him.
Okay,
first.
so first, these guys are going to activate. So the 2 chainsword guys are going to attack into my Primaris Lieutenant there.
So they're 2 attacks base.
2 attacks base, plus 1 because of the chainsword, plus 1 for the Black Rage. So, hitting on 3s, rerollable because of Lamartes. Wow, that was real good.
Yeah, well, strength 4.
Strength 4, wounding on 4s. Okay, not as good that time. So that's 2, 3 up saves. Yeah, he's good. And now the power sword into my Tech Marine there. These are just 3 attacks, so that's 3 hits. Strength 4, wounding on 4s. That's 2 wounds. AP -3, so he's got a 2 up armor. Becomes a 5 up save. Make one of them. I'm gonna spend a command point to try to save him here. Yeah! Woo! And now the Thunderhammer is gonna go into here, so he's got 2 attacks plus 1 for the Black Rage. Hitting on 4s. Ooh, 3 hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 3s. Got 3 wounds. AP -3, so I got 3 6 up saves. I need to make all of them or it's dead. Yeah, it's dead. So does it explode? Come on, do that. Blow up, blow up. No, no, it does not. All right, so that is, actually, I think that's it because, oh, I've got my guys to go. So now my Primaris Lieutenant is going to attack in. He's got 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, so that's 3 hits. Strength 4, toughness 4, looking for 4s to wound. I got 1 wound. Oh, rerolling 1s to wound because of him. So still just 1 wound. AP -3, so 6 up. Nope, 6 up. No, so that's 1 dead. All right, so now my Tech Marine's going to attack in. The red one's going to be his servo arm. The other 2 are going to be the the power axe. So we've got 3 attacks. The greens are going to be hitting on 3s. The red's going to be hitting on a 4. Okay, all hits. This is going to be strength 8. These are going to be strength 5. Yep, strength 5. So these are going to be wounding on 3s. This is going to be wounding on 2s. All right, so that is 2 wounds. AP -3 for this one. Oh no, AP -2 for both of them. So it's going to be 2 5 ups. All right, 2 6 ups. Nope, so those are 2 dead. All right, and that is it for the fight phase, and that is it for the Blood Angel's turn here. They are within 6 inches of Lamartes, so they're going to use his leadership of 9, so they cannot fail. So that is it for the Blood Angel's turn here on turn 2. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn, whatchamacallit, turn 3. All right, so movement phase, get the hell out of there. Movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. Everyone stood still, so they stood still, stood still, stood still, stood still, stood still. They stayed in combat. These guys stood still, and he stood still. And my guys in reserve are still staying in reserve for now. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so he is going to fire into him over there. I am not going to supercharge it. I've learned my lesson. So, 2 shots, hitting on 3s. See? He would have been dead. Oh, hitting on 4s. I'm sorry, hitting on 4s because he's hard to hit. But that's still 1 hit. Strength 7, toughness 7, so looking for 4 to wound. That's a wound. AP -3, so 6 up. Look, it's for 6 up. Don't do it to me. Oh, come on. I needed that not to happen. All right, he's going to fire everything into him. So we've got, because he's down to 2 wounds, he's hitting on 6s. So this is the assault cannon hitting on 6s because it's down to 2, which means he's hitting on 5s, but then it's hard to hit, so hitting on 6s. Whoa, get back here. Don't do that. Oh, of course it was. Of course it was. All right, so we've got 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. Nope, nothing there. Stormbolter hitting on 6s. Nope. And now he's gonna fire everything into him. So we've got the assault cannon hitting on 4s. All right. All right, wounding on 5s. Really? Really? All right, now the the Hurricane Bolter is going to fire into him. So 24 shots, hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, that many hits. Now wounding on 5s. All right, so we've got. So we got 5 wounds, 5 3-ups. Fails one of them. He's going to fire his heavy flamer into him. 2 in las cannons into him. So we're going to start with the twin las cannons. Hitting on 3s because he's venerable. All right, so that is 1 hit. I'm going to spend a command point on this. Yes, that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That's 1 wound. 6-up save. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Okay, good. He's going to spend a last command point on this one. Oh, okay. D6. He's got 5 wounds left. Show me a 5 or a 6. Come on. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, 4. He's down to 1. And now heavy flamer into him. So that's 4 hits. Strength 5. Wounding on 5s. Okay, nothing. All right, he is going to fire into Lamartes. So hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2. Come on. Now these guys are going to fire into Lamartes over here. So 3 shots, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 4s. You got 1 wound. 3-up save. He's good. And now these guys here are going to fire into Lamartes. So 4 shots, hitting on 3s. Alright, so that's 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. We got 1 6, so it's a mortal wound plus his armor save.
So he ignores the mortal wound on a 6+.
Oh well, let's do the armor save first, because then we'll see. So armor save 3+, he's good, and then he ignores the save on a 6, and he's
6.
good on that too. All right, he's gonna fire his bolt pistol into them on a 2. That's a hit. That's a wound. 3-up save. He's good, and then he's gonna do the same thing on a 3. That's a hit. That is not a wound. All right, so that is it for shooting. So on to assault phase. We're going to activate my Primaris Lieutenant first. So 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, so that is 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. Oh, got 1 wound. I am... Nope. I'm just going to dig that. So 1 -3, so 1 6-up save. And a 6-up ignoring. No, so 1 is dead. All right, so now his guy's going to attack with 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Lamartes. So that's 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Oh, 2 wounds. Take it 1 at a time. Oh no, it has to go on to him. So it's just 2 5-ups. And he makes 1, and I'm going to spend my last command point. Glad I didn't do it on that. Here we go. 5-up. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Oh, I needed that so bad. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angels turn here on turn 3. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Blood Angels on turn 3. All right, movement phase here for the Blood Angels. Lamartes is coming up, looking at my my Vindicator over here. He stayed in combat over there. He turned and flew over this way. He turned and flew over this way, and he turned and flew over that way. And these guys are jumping up into the ruins to try to take on my scouts. So that is it for the movement phase for the Blood Angels. These other guys are still up in reserves. So that's it for the Blood Angels. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. We're going to start out here. Bolt pistol into him. Hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. Looking for a 3-up save. He's good. So now Lamartes is going to try to shoot into him, hitting on a 5. No hit. All right, so the 2 plasma pistols and 3 bolt pistols are going to fire into them. All right, so the blue is the plasma pistols, hitting on 3s.
Not supercharging, obviously.
Not supercharging. Wounding on 2s, and, wounding on 3s and 4s. All right, so that's 2 wounds there. AP -3, +2, so looking for 5-ups. Make them both with fill faces. Woo! Nice. All right, so now he's gonna fire. He's gonna fire. Quad bolter into him. Quad bolter into them. Main gun into, I'm sorry, who is it? Into him, and then all the missiles into him. So we're gonna do the missiles first. So 4 shots, hitting on 5s because he's down to 1 wound. 1 hit, wounding on a 3. No wound. And now we're gonna fire the main gun into him over here. So this is 10 shots, hitting on 5s. Alrighty, so we got 2 hits. Strength 6, so wounding on 5s. No wounds. Now the first quad bolter into these guys, 12 shots, hitting on 5s.
I'll pull the hits out.
Yeah, there we go. So, all right, so that's 4 hits, right?
Yep.
All right, so 4 hits, strength 5, wounding on 3s. We've got 2 wounds, 2 3-up saves. Failed them both. And then the same thing into the bike over here. So hitting on 5s. Alrighty, 3 hits.
Yep.
All right, wounding on 4s. We've got 2 wounds, 2 4-up saves. Come on. No, he failed 1. So he's gonna fire his 2 assault cannons into him, 2 heavy bolters into him, and then the last talent into him. So we're gonna do the last talent first. Hitting on 4s. No hits there. And now the heavy bolters into the scout, hitting on 4s. That's 2 hits. Strength 5, wounding on 3s. Got 1 wound. 1 3-up save. Whoa, okay, stay on the board. He's good. And now the assault cannons are gonna fire into him. So 12 shots, hitting on 5s.
4s.
Oh, hitting on 4s, sorry. All right, so that is 5 hits. Strength 5, wounding on 5s. Oh, strength 6, still wounding on 5s. That's 3 wounds. 3 4-up saves. I need to make 2 of these. And I'd make 2 of them. Perfect. All right, now we're gonna have the Storm Raven shooting. Hurricane bolters into him. Assault cannons and missiles into him. And then the Melta into him. So what do you want to do first?
Do the Melta.
We're gonna do the Melta first. That's 2 shots, hitting on 3s. It's 2 hits, strength 8, toughness 8. Wounding on 4s, so that's 1 wound. AP minus 4, so looking for a 6-up. No, goes through. D6, 6 wounds. And now the missiles are gonna fire into him. 2 shots, hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits, strength 8, wounding on 3s. Got 1 wound, AP minus 3, looking for a 6-up. That's a good with a 6, woo! And now the assault cannon, hitting on 3s, sorry. All right, these are strength 6, so wounding on 5s. That one's cocked. All right, so that is 1 wound. AP minus 1, so 4 up. He's good with a fill first. And now the Hurricane Bolters are gonna fire into him. So first 12, hitting on 3s. Ooh, that was good. And wounding on 5s. So we've got 4. So I'll just do the save here because if I fail one of these.
Oh, yeah.
So 4 3-ups. Yeah, he's dead. Does he explode? No, he does not. All right, so that's it for shooting. Onto the assault phase. They're going to assault into my scouts first. So 4 shots, hitting on 6s. Nope, nothing there. Your charge distance is totally in. And now Lamartes is going to charge into him. So, looking for a 6. Come on, baby, this would be so sweet. 6? Oh, no, it was a miss. So his charge distance is not going to make it, so we're re-rolling it because of him. And he is totally in. All right, so Lamartes is going to start off here. He's got 5 attacks base, plus he has Black Rage. So these are going to be hitting on 2s, re-rolling because of him being Lamartes. All right, so that is 6 hits. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. We've got 5 wounds. AP minus 2, so he's just got his 4-up invul save. 5 4-ups. And I failed 2 of them. These do D3 damage each, so that's 3, 4. So now we're gonna go over here and activate the Death Company. So we're gonna go with the chain swords first. So we've got 16 attacks coming in from them over to here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s, not re-rolling. All right. All right, sounds good. Strength 4, wounding on 4s. All right. So that is 4 wounds. We've got 4 4-ups. And I failed 1 of them. And now the power sword's gonna come in, 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. No wounds. And now he's just gonna activate him, so 2 attacks hitting on 3s, 2 hits, wounding on 4s. No wounds. All right, so now he is gonna activate into him, so 5 attacks hitting on 2s. All right, wounding on 4s. We've got 3 wounds, 3 ups. It fails 2 of them. 6 ups to ignore it, so he ignored 1, so he takes 1. And now my Primaris Sergeant over here is going to attack. He's got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, so 2 hits, wounding on 4s, rerolling 1s because of himself. Thank God. That's 1 wound. 1 6 up. Nope, 6 up. We're ignoring it. No, so he is dead. And then 3 scouts over here are going to attack, including the sergeant. So we got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 4s. Nothing there. Alright, and that is it for the Blood Angels turn here on turn 3. Everyone who lost, every group that lost a model can't fail their leadership test, so there are no morale tests to be taken here. So we'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. All right, so movement phase for the Dark Angels. He stayed in combat. He stood still. He moved up 10 inches over here. He stood still. They stayed in combat, and he stood still back there. My other guys are still staying in reserve. So that's it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase. He is going to fire into him. So looking for a 4 to hit. No, he misses. All right, now he is going to fire into him with his pistol. So, hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2. Are you kidding me? How many times? How many times are you going to do that? And now the scouts are going to fire their pistols into the death company there. All right, so that's 1 hit. That is 1 wound. That is 1 good save. All right, so now he's going to fire his Hurricane Bolters into him, Assault Cannon into him. So we're going to go with the Hurricane Bolters first. So he's 12 shots here, hitting on, hitting on 4s. All righty. All right, wounding on 5s. We got 2 wounds, 2 3-ups. Oh, come on! All right, so now the Assault Cannon is going to fire into him. So I got 12 shots, hitting on 4s. All right. All right, wounding on Strength 6, so wounding on 5s. Okay, we got 3 wounds. AP -1, so 3 4-ups. Ooh, 3 wounds. And now he's going to fire his twin las cannons into his Storm Raven. 2 shots, hitting on 3s because he's a Venerable Dreadnought. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, 2 6-ups. Oh, come on! All right, so that's it for shooting. Moving into the fight phase. No one's assaulting. He's going to activate first into Lamarte's. So I've got 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, so that's 4 hits, wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds, 2 3-ups. Makes them both. And now Lamarte's is swinging back. 5 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling. All right, because he is him. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. We got 4 wounds. 4 4-ups. I need to make them all or he's dead. Nope, I failed 2, so he is dead. And now my scouts are going to activate. So 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, 3 hits, wounding on 4s. I got 1 wound, 3 up. He's good. All right, so now these guys are going to activate. The red ones are going to be the chain swords, and the blue ones are going to be the power swords. So the power swords are only going to have 2 attacks. The other ones have 3 attacks. So hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Pretty good. Now these are going to be wounding on 4s. All right, pretty good there.
Yeah.
So what is that? That's 3, 6 4-ups, and 1 is just dead. So 4, 5, 6, 6 4-ups. Oh, I make all but 1, so 2 are dead. And that is the end of the Dark Angels. Oh no, he lost 2, so he's good. Yeah, so that is the end of the Dark Angels turn. There, we thought there may have been a morale test, but he didn't have to do it. So that's it for the Dark Angels. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Blood Angels on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels. These guys came over this way. Lamarte's dropped over there, and they are still locked in combat. And his other, and he flew over there, and his Vanguard vets are still in reserve. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. Lamarte's is going to shoot into the Lieutenant over there, hitting on a 3. No. All right, so now his bolt pistols and plasma pistols are going to fire in. Blue or plasma, hitting on 3s. All right, all hits, wounding on 3s and 4s. All right, so that is 2 that are, AP, because they're still in cover technically. So that's -3 plus 2, so that becomes a 5-up saves, because they're just base 5. So base 5, so looking for 2 5-up, base 4. Base 4 plus 2 minus 3. So, yeah, 5-up saves. So 5-up saves. No, he did. So now his interceptor here is going to fire assault cannons into him, heavy bolters into him, and las talons into him. So what are we going to go with first? Heavy bolters into my scout over here, hitting on 4s. All right, 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. So we got 2 wounds. AP -1 plus 2, so looking for 3-ups. And and he's dead. And now the last talent shots are firing into here. 2 shots hitting on 4s. Ooh, 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. I got 2 wounds. 2 6-up saves. Show me the fill faces. I got none. 2d6. 10 damage. So 10 6-ups. I have 5 wounds left. I need to make 6 of these. So that's 10 6-ups. I need to make 6 of these. Show me 6 fill faces. Show me that 6 fill faces. No, he is dead. He doesn't explode. Bomp, bomp. All right, the only thing he can shoot is going to be the missiles, so he's going to fire them into here. 2 shots hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Strength 8, wounded on 4s. We got 1 wound. AP -3, looking for a 5-up. No, goes through. Flat 3 wounds. And now the Fire Raptor is going to fire everything into him over here. So we're going to do the missiles first. 4 missiles hitting on 5s. Got 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. No wound. Okay. And then we've got the main gun that's going to be going. So this is going to be 10 shots into him over here. Also going to be hitting on 5s. All right, so that is 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. We got 2 wounds. AP -2, so 2 4-ups. Failed 1 of them, so 2 damage onto him. And now the quad heavy bolters are going to fire. We're going to do these 1 at a time. So 12 shots hitting on 5s. All right, so we got 4 hits. Strength 5, wounding on 5s. No wounds. So the second round of shots hitting on 5s. All righty, we got a couple in there. 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. No wounds. All right, so that's it for shooting. On to the assault phase. Lamarte's is going to attack into my lieutenant over there. So, overwatching here. Hitting on a 6. No hit there. So do you want to show your charge distance?
Yeah. So he needs
a 5-inch charge.
4-inch charge.
A 4-inch charge here. And he is in. All right, so he's going to activate Lamarte's first. He's got 6 attacks with the Black Rage here, hitting on 2s. All hits. Strength 6, wounded on 3s. Okay, so we've got 2 wounds. AP minus what? AP -2, so 2 5-up saves. If I fail either of these, he's dead. And he's dead. Oh, just with the 1. So close. And that is it for the Blood Angels turn here on turn, whatchamacallit. What is this? Turn 4. So this is going to be the top of turn 5, so we'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels.
Yep.
All right, so here goes movement phase on turn 5 for the Dark Angels. This guy moved 5 inches over here because he's hurt. these guys finally came in over there and dropped in over on the objective. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, he is going to fire everything into Lamarte's. So we got the assault cannon hitting first, 12 shots, hitting on 4s because he's hurt. All right. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. All right, so that is 5 wounds, 5 3-ups because it's +1, -1. And he fails 2 of them, 6 up because of the Black Rage, and then 6 up because of the Warlock trait. Goo, John. And now the Hurricane Bolters are going to fire into him. 12 shots hitting on 4s. Oh, that was not great. Wounding on 4s. There we go, 3 wounds. 3 2-ups because of cover, and he is good. And now these guys are going to shoot their the bolt pistols. So there's 4 of them with bolt pistols. They're going to shoot into the this fire raptor there. 4 shots hitting on 4s. Okay, 1 hit. That's all I need, right? Wounding on a 5. Nope. Blomp blomp. So that is that's it for the Dark Angels shooting phase, and then that is the end of the Dark Angels turn here on turn 5. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Blood Angels on turn 5. Movement phase for the Blood Angels. He's moving up this way. He's moving up this way. He stood still. He dropped into hover mode over here. These guys moved over here, and these guys came in from reserves. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, he's going to fire everything into him. So the 2 last Talon shots, hitting on 4s, wounding on a 3. No wound. And now the assault cannon is going to fire on 4s. All righty.
1,
2, 3. All right. Wounding on 5s. The dice are determined to make this a close one. 1 wound. AP -1, so looking for a 3-up. He's good. And now the heavy bolter is hitting on 4s. All right, 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. No wounds there. And now he's going to fire everything into the Land Raider. So we're going to start with the Melta first. 2 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds. AP -4, so 2 6-ups. Failed both. D6. 2d6, so 6. And he is dead. Does he explode? No, he does not.
And then 3 bolts.
So over here, they're going to fire into here. So we've got 2 plasma pistols and 3 bolt pistols hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 3 and 4. All right. So that is one is a 6-up. Do that one first. Nope. And then 1 is a 3-up. That's good. Now the Fire Raptor is going to fire everything into them. So we got the 4 missiles first, hitting on 5s. Got 1 hit. Wounding on a 2. That's a wound. AP -3, 6-up. Nope. Now the main gun's gonna fire into here. 10 shots, hitting on 5s. All right. Strength 6, wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds.
AP -2.
AP -2, so 3 5-ups. Make them all with fill faces. Woo! Now the first round of quad bolters into here on 5s. Woo-hoo, John. Look at that shooting, Tex.
Okay, that was...
Holy cow. All right, wounding on 3s. Oh, not as great. So 3 wounds, AP -1, so 3 4-ups. That's how I follow that up. So they are dead. All right, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a Blood Angel victory, a tabling of the Dark Angels. So yeah, that was a brutal game. Brutal game with crazy dice going back and forth. Some crazy misses and some crazy makes and saves. It was awesome. This was such a blast to play. But it goes to show you yeah, don't get me wrong. Flyers are very good at what they do, but they are not impossible to handle. If I hadn't blown up Asriel over here, those last cannons would have stuck around a lot longer, and I think it would have done a lot more work onto those flyers than what ended up happening. And the fact that I blew most of my wounds off of my characters over here with myself by blowing up was, yeah, that was rough. So, but yeah, this was a brutal game. It was a fun game. See, the two of us, we both brought like competitive lists. These are lists that we're thinking of bringing to tournaments that we might tweak, but I don't know. I liked my list. I think I'm going to probably keep my list the way it is, and I think John's going to keep his list. So these are our competitive lists. These are what we're going to go into tournaments with. These are what we're looking to go up against, like the hardest of the hard. And I think they would do well against it, but they were fun. You know what I mean? We didn't sit. Both of us went into this game thinking we had a chance. Both of us went into this game thinking that it was going to be a fun, tough game, and that's what we got, and that's what we wanted, and that's what it comes down to. So, you know, you can have tough lists and you can have competitive lists and you can still have fun. And that's what I think it's all about, is trying to find that, you know, middle ground. Like if I had brought my list and he had just brought like a super fluffy bunch of dudes in Rhino's list, yeah, this would have been a whole lot. This would have not been as much fun. You know, you gotta communicate with the person you're gonna be playing with to make sure that you guys have a fun time. So. But we communicated ahead of time. We said that we wanted to bring our test list for the tournaments, and we wanted to show kind of what we could do. So that was a lot of fun. I had a blast, and I hope you guys all enjoyed it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent has been John, and until next time, have fun.